Welcome back to the Laughing Ogres channel. You know, deep down inside, I'm just like you. We're all the same. The SJW thing is getting a little out of hand. I'm going to share some of my personal feelings about it right now. Starting with the fact that I believe, I shouldn't have said fact. Starting with my hypothesis, my idea, based on much observation and research, that these people, they come from a place of never quite being able to attain, never quite being able to attain what they wanted to obtain. Whether that was being able to go up the pegboard, make it hand over hand up the rope and touch the top of the gym, and in 5 seconds ring the bell. That's what we used to call it. I could do those things, but man, I was excellent also in anything that had to do with geography or English, social studies. As I got older, psychology. Not so good with the math thing. We all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses. But deep down at base, we're all the same, as I was digressing so terribly that it was getting a little out of hand. We're all basically the same. We all want the same things. These people are missing something. They find it in this ultimate force, if you ask me, this I am better than you and here's why. And here are my peeps to back me up on why. And what now? I'm supposed to bow down because I'm not going to get into it on this video, because the whole point of this video is to say, I have engaged myself recently, not only on YouTube, but in a few different ways, in getting right down and wallowing. In other words, you're going to attack me and just ad hominem, boom, to the human, right to the human, to me, and you have no idea who I am, and yet suddenly you're making commentary on what kind of dress my mother wears while she plies her trade at the local truck stop, or whatever. For me, that doesn't really bother me at all. I shouldn't even put really in there, because I feel like maybe it should sometimes when people attack, like, those that I know, but they're not doing it by name because they don't know them by name. They don't know them. So not only, Winston Churchill once said, offense can never be given, only taken. So you have these pack of cry bullies. Boo hoo hoo, I'm gay. Boo hoo hoo, I'm trans. Or I'm fluid. There ain't 2 genders, there's 2,000, and you better learn them all. I got other stuff to learn. And before you tell me the 150 genders there are, tell me the periodic table, or shut up and go back to your dorm room and study. In the old days, you know why they didn't do this? It was the 60s. There was big movements in the late 50s. Before then, we were the smartest country on earth. Holy Lord, help me, please get this across. Today, we're not. Today, everybody gets a trophy. When I was young, I was strong, but I have to admit, especially when it came to mathematics, biology, I was so-so. But I was so-so because of the mathematics. They would want me to figure out the LD50 on something, and so I had to figure out with a formula, how much of something an animal could consume of this particular toxin before it died. For those of you that don't know, the LD50 is the amount of a substance that it would take to kill 50% of a test, subjects, whether it be cockroaches or human beings or anything in between. So the LD50 is a measurement of toxicity that just says, if you take this much of it and you are this specific creature, you are probably going to die. 50% chance at least. Excuse me. The LD50 on SJWism is out there. We're being injected I think the only inoculation for it is complete freedom of speech, complete freedom of speech. Not to run in, shout, fire in a movie theater, or not to call to action, which I witnessed these people. I can still see the click, remember click, I need some muscle over here. I don't have nothing in front of me. I'm just telling you something I remember from this past year. You know, I could go many, but boy, that chick there, Glick, Melissa, right? Melissa Click. I actually sent her an email. I sent her a tweet too and was like, you suck. You were teaching these people to be militant. You stopped someone's free speech while you use something that is illegal. It's a call to arms, for muscle, to remove someone from government-owned property, funded by the person you're trying to remove, who was doing nothing, but who was acting as a press agent. You can't have a safe space from that. You want a safe space from that, then make your rich daddy or your rich mommy pay a little bit more. Go to Andrews University. It's an excellent Seventh-day Adventist university. Pay your $80,000 a year to go there. And guess what? It's private. So if it hurts your feelings, you know, it ain't allowed. But in the case of that school and a lot of other private ones, it's also a very religious school. So be prepared for people praying and holding hands and talking about the Lord's imminent coming, which I won't get into now, but I will. The SJWs. The only inoculation from this insane cult, this insane I am more oppressed than you therefore cult, this you can't say kike, I'm a Jew, and I can't say nigger, you can't say spick, you can't say, you know, I'm running out of pejoratives because I really, whatever, Polak or kraut, can't do that. Oh my, have mercy. You know what? Matter of fact, you can't live in our neighborhood. It's both ways. Matter of fact, from what I've seen lately, it's more one way than the other. Look into yourself. I'm not going to be so controversial that I give that flat-out view right this second. But it is becoming more and more dangerous for one specific set of people in our country. And it is historically the set of people, except for one. There is a set of people that are cry-bullying right now that have historically took their lumps for centuries past. And some of the ones that are coming up right now are disgracing their ancestors going back to the mother continent. And they know who they are. And yes, I'm white, and yes, I'm saying it. If you don't like it, hell, man, there's only 6 people a day that watch the channel. Don't watch it. But it's the fact. Don't be a crybaby. And if you want to be a crybaby, get out your wallet and spend it to where you can go to the ivory towers of safe space. But don't bring it to me. Don't press it on the young people. Press on the young people a diversity of ideas. Press on the young people, learn the periodic table, for goodness sake, for the sake of your country. Learn trigonometry. Become an astrophysicist. Don't, you know, and believe me, there's people like myself. I'm a chicken farmer. I love my job. I do well at it. My hands are hard and strong. I build stuff. I make stuff on the farm. I dig the ground. I get right in the dirt. I've heard some crazy person that I'm really going to try to avoid mentioning on this channel that has influenced me to a certain extent. I certainly hope that I never come off as crazy as this particular individual does. Oh. But I put my hands in the dirt, I dig it, I plant things in it, it grows, and I eat it. I can it, I save it. I raise chickens, and I haven't been able to kill many of them. I've killed 4 of them in a year and a half. Because I love my birds. I'm feeding 120 of them right now. Look, I'm digressing. SJWs, go get you something that needs you. This cause of equal rights for gays, they got them. You're done. You can go home now. Okay. Equal rights for black people, they got them. Go home. Equal rights for poor white honkies in the Appalachians, They got them. Go home. All those folks can go get assistance if they'd like to also. There's nothing saying that they can't. There's nothing that's saying that this great country won't help them. Go home. It's done. You know, there's other things to fight about. And if you hit a book like you should be, if you take history instead of gender studies or communications or Newspeak 101, you'll find out. Don't take everything you read on Google as if it came from somewhere that's real. Topo Rico está muy bonito. Yo beber Topo Rico está muy go. Has just like a little Spanish commercial for Topo Rico right in the middle of a rant because I was getting off a little bit because you know this stuff it fires me up and I'm at 11 minutes. Go home. It's done. There's other things to fight about. Go to the library. Get an old, dirty, dusty book. Blow off the cover of it. Open it up and read it. I suggest one right now, and I don't care. I will mention this person. I suggest this one that I've already read a couple times. You can't really tell what it says fully there. Probably can make it so you can though. Big Brother, The Orwellian Nightmare Come True by Mark Dice, famous YouTuber and author. Pick this up on Amazon. I mean, he sells it on Kindle, and I'm not going to bust Mark's balls too terribly today on that. But the Kindle, I mean, don't we all stare in the blank socket of the ever-watching eye of Big Brother long enough every day? Can't you? Would it hit a book? Would it, you know? It's read, movable press. I'm actually quoting The Running Man. For those of you that have never seen the book, as the main antagonist is waiting in this plush palace-like, basically an apartment. I think he said it's on the 13th floor. I haven't read that in a while. But he asked the guy for a couple books. He said, thick books. And the guy said, book? He was like, yeah, you know, book, read, movable press, because they were so shocked. This guy came from a part of town where he wasn't supposed to be smart. Kind of like myself, I would say. I come from a part of town where I'm not supposed to be smart. And, you know, chicken farmers aren't supposed to be smart. Well, I may or may not be. But I do read. I will not be easily fooled by the so-called common knowledge that does not exist. Well, if you hung in here for this long, it's 13 minutes, and I said there'll be somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes, so I'm going to say before you criticize someone else or call them racist, before you think that you know what someone else is feeling or thinking or their motivations, look inside yourself. Could it be possible that you're taking some things that are wrong with you and projecting them on someone else? Is that why you can't use some of the words that we mentioned here before? I know some of the oppressed groups use everything. There's not one word that I've said in this entire video that I haven't heard a black person use, and that includes some of the ones that means you're educated and some of the ones that means you're just like me, a hillbilly from the Hickville. One ain't no different than the other. One's a little lighter, skull's a little bit different, a little different nose and ears, a little different pigmentation. Same brain, same blood, same love for life, hopefully, for all of us. The same equality of opportunity for all of us. And down with quality of outcome, equality of outcome. Let's forget about that equality of opportunity. And then if you want it, go get it. Take it. It's yours. It's there for you. The money and the ability in this country, the room for advancement. It's like people want to take their little bucket and go to the ocean and, like, you know, I'm stealing this from Glenn Beck. I heard him say this 20 years ago, and I said not endorsed for Glenn Beck. They want to get a little bit of water in their little bucket, you know, but when they could just back their dump truck up to the ocean and in bucket as much money as they want and drive away with it. That's every one of us. I mean, if that's what you want, you can go out and be rich. I'll tell you what, man, it didn't seem to make I love Trump. I got the button right here. I voted for him. I was down for Trump with everybody when Dan Coulter was saying it. I was saying it before her on Bill Maher's show. And boom, ya boom, there. You know, I still love him. That said, his money didn't make him happy. Well, why would a man leave all that to go through what he just went through? Utter hell. 15-17, the Ogre out.